Hello, everybody. Getting started promptly at 7 o'clock today. Thanks for joining us on BYBB webinars. We're going to be talking about target marketing. We'll go ahead and wait just a few minutes and let people begin to come into the room. I believe we have Becky with us now, and Ori may also be joining us. I've just enabled the chat box, so feel free to enter any questions you may have throughout the presentation into the chat box. We're going to try to keep this pretty straight to the point this evening, as we do have the full open Q&A webinar coming up soon. Becky, are you able to use your audio? Can you say hello? Is everything working for you?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Excellent. Thank you so much. Okay, well, with that said, let me go ahead and start to share my screen out here. And I'm going to run through an overview of BYBB and some of its integration with the Sharing Center that is coming online immediately. I'll let Becky share that with you guys, or I'm happy to do that as well. So let's get to it. The BYBB sharing system is really built to take care of the biggest day-to-day challenges of recruiting, marketing, building, SEO, SEM, all of those wonderful acronyms that don't mean anything to most people. But in order to build a successful online business, you really got to understand them. And the good thing is that we do that for you. We work with a lot of different sophisticated methods to go out and acquire new prospects. And not just any kind of prospects, but qualified prospects. And as those prospects are coming through the various systems, they're managed with your Build Automator. And the Build Automator, first part of it, the main part, is the partner prospector. And in this case, we've got a partner prospect that's just now engaging through one of the BYBB sharing funnels. This partner prospect could be reading an email that's sent to them on your behalf through the system. This prospect is having a live chat with their partner advocate. This prospect is just finished watching a video presentation on the opportunity. This prospect's just subscribed and getting their Build Automator going. This one's just enrolled in the Be Young opportunity underneath you, right in your downline, which is the ultimate goal of every marketing system. That said, all leads, as we refer to them, prospects, are not created equal. And how you get them and where you get them is really going to have a significant impact on your conversion rates. We strive to garner those that can really afford to get started and get a decent auto ship and maybe even some samples to really support their business initiative. Some of the minimum criteria that we're looking for is that they're at least the age of 26 and making a minimum of $40,000 annual income. And those are baseline qualifiers. From there, we're going to qualify them further for wanting to have a home-based business, wanting to be involved with health-related products, so on and so forth. The different campaigns are targeted for different kinds of prospects to come into the different funnels that are being made available. So some of the places where we're meeting these prospects that we introduced to you are some of the most prominent online properties available. Wall Street Journal, Priceline, New York Times, thousands of others. Overstocked, Everyday Health, there's a lot. And on our particular campaign, it will determine which of those online properties we're going to be engaging. So the BYBB Sharing Build Automator is unique in a lot of different ways. First, it's out there engaging on your behalf, fostering the relationship with the prospects. The entire way, live chat is available to hold their hand or assist them or answer any questions they may have. We present the opportunity, and again, the ultimate goal is to enroll them. So how do we do this? Well, we use what's called a round-robin assignment, and that just makes it fair for everybody. So it will go from the first person in line, they'll get their prospect. So in this case, Jane Doe, customer 100, got her prospect, and the system sent her a private message in her BYBB dashboard. In this case, John Smith, BYBB customer 101, receives the next prospect. He got an email because he set his preferences that he would rather have an email over a private message, and then he goes back to the end of the line. And then we start back over with the first in line and go through each person until each prospect has been assigned in a round-robin fair distribution method. The partner proxy is the component of the BYBB sharing system that is the go-between between you as our BYBB partner customer and the prospects. And this is the system, part of the system that's sending out the text messages and the emails, welcoming them to your landing pages and funnels, and those sorts of things. Again, all of the interaction as your advocate on your behalf. So live chat is a key part of that. I have an ocean from someplace. Or is Becky, is that your mic?
Pardon me, Daniel.
I've got some feedback. Is anybody else hearing that?
I actually turned my mic off. I had to turn it back on to answer you, so I doubt if it's mine.
Do you hear feedback on your end?
I do not.
Okay, I'll pretend it's not there. So the live chat is, again, a crucial part of this. And the chat is manned by people that are very knowledgeable, not only on the BYBB system and its applications, but Be Young Total Health and its opportunity, and the total health products that really make Be Young Total Health the unique opportunity that it is. So before we enroll them in your downline, we have them sign up with the BYBB sharing system just like you did. So in effect, everybody that we enroll under you is already having us enroll people under them. So yes, that means your downline is building your downline. That's duplication. The sharing system lead manager concept. I'm going to just run through this on a broad basis again. The first step is to garner the prospect. We're going to look up who's next in line from the BYBB orders. We're going to assign that customer to our BYBB customers in a round-robin fashion, send the welcome message, begin the sequence, which is an autoresponder. It's a series of messages that we have designed, crafted from the verbiage all the way to the timing of delivery to optimize conversions. And then we're going to notify you that all of this is going on. And then, so, you know, once the orders come in, depending on the size of the automator, we have 3 versions, the 100, the 250, and the 500. Those numbers represent the number of prospects that we guarantee to deliver for that build automator. And then
Daniel,
yes?
I'm going to interrupt you for a minute. We're getting multiple chats that saying they are hearing the feedback or things are fuzzy.
Let me try.
I mean, you're coming through loud and clear on my end, and I don't hear it, so I'm wondering where it could be.
I'm not sure. It could just be an overall lag. Let me try to mute my mic and turn it back on.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay, even with my mic muted, I'm having this feedback. Let me check a couple of things on the control room in just a moment.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Well, hello, Ori. Yes, we hear you loud and clear, sir.
It's good.
We're getting some feedback that we've got some feedback, so I'm trying to address the feedback real quick.
Okay.
So, Ori, you might want to mute your mic in the meantime.
So it says Webinar Jam needs your permission in order to start. Do I not hit anything?
No, you're good. You're in and you're doing fine.
You're live.
Do I hit continue? Oh, well, hello, everyone.
Yes, you are live. Thanks, Ori.
I am not seeing any audio coming from anybody's particular connections. I think this is just a YouTube interference thing that we're dealing with right now, guys.
Clary just said it's much better now. Kent's saying he can still hear it. So proceed, Daniel, and we'll see what we need to do.
Okay. So again, based off the quantity of the build automator that's ordered is going to determine how many prospects are delivered to you on a monthly basis. And then that gets reported back out in your dashboard. So to give you an idea of what the dashboard looks like, you know you can read that. This is a rough-in of how the bybb dashboard is going to be presenting the prospects that have been ordered, the prospects that have been delivered. If you've got bonus prospects, then those are being tracked in there as well. It identifies your billing cycle, how much left, how many days are left in your cycle. And this, we have it broke down for the status of the prospects. We would show, you know, what percentage of all of them aggregate are hot, warm, or cold. Here you can manage your subscription. You can cancel it. You can see all of the dates and when it's going to recur. You can engage with others, your downline included, and admin via the private messages, and also from our forum and blog components of the sites. And here's, you can manage some of your details. You'll also be able to track every chat you've had, every webinar you've attended, all of the items that you've got available for downloads, or change your password, or any of those kinds of things you would expect to have in a robust system. The way to turn it on is unique. In order to get the bybb sharing platform, the free version, which is built for people that have a warm market and are looking to use the system, replicated websites, funnels, etc., to bring in their warm markets, we've made it available right here in the Sharing Center. This we unveiled the other day, so you will just click the Engage button, and that will bring up the bybb sharing page, where you'll have the option to subscribe to a build automator, or just get the free version of the system that allows you to import some of your warm markets from Outlook.com and Gmail. Or if you wanted to have a lot of prospects, you can subscribe to just the system only. All of that pricing is being updated right now, so I'm not going to be going through that in today's webinar. I wanted just to kind of go more over the functionality of the system. I really wanted to show this, but I really can't. The replicated websites is going to be your nickname .byyoungph.com. And when you send that link to somebody, pardon me, they'll come to the Be Young Total Health corporate site being welcomed by you. And everything that they do, all of the interactions, well, albeit they become a product partner or a customer, or a sharing partner, a distributor, and that's all tracked and affiliated directly to your account. So it's very slick, and that's available to you from the default functionality with your Sharing Center. The other thing that I wanted to show is one of the funnels that's going to be unveiled by the first, which is liferestoring.com. We have a new version of that coming up. There was a version up prior, but now that the Sharing Center is in place and more of the Be Young Total Health back office infrastructure is in place, we're able to do some really unique things as far as marketing the system to the prospects, but driving that with real-time live data from Be Young and very close interconnected functionality, which I'll get into in the webinar after the first, when everything's open, and I'll do a full presentation for all of the bells and whistles. So again, liferestoring.com, new version coming on the 1st. And the bybb marketing site has been renamed bybb Sharing, and it will be turned back on next week to begin taking on subscriptions, getting ready for the launch on the 1st. And that kind of wraps it all up. So let me just chat a moment on some of the specifics here with the funnels. target marketing isn't just about putting up some kind of a page with a meta description and a meta title and H1 tags and all kinds of other things, again, that most people don't understand, and hope that somebody comes and hope that somebody joins your mailing list and hope that somebody reads your email and then hope that somebody comes to your site and hope that they do something once they get there. I've tried to think and work and very diligently to create a system that does all of that for you up front. And so by the time that you've met them, they've already been introduced to the opportunity, they've been introduced to the products, they've been introduced to the compensation plan, and then we do a proper handoff and introduce them to you. We do anticipate having various ways for you to interact with them once we've began fostering a relationship and they've passed particular milestones through our funnels. We will expose more and more of their information to you as they can on a self-paced, accelerated basis instead of the timings that we have set up. They can come through the funnel even faster. So I would want you guys to think of it, it's not a used car salesman approach. This is not a, just a crunch the numbers, get them in. We're not here to sell anything. The whole purpose of the system is what the name of the system is. It's a sharing system. And I think that when you take the approach of sharing life-rewarding, life-restoring philosophies with people and don't come off salesy, because we really don't need to sell anything. We just need to share with them the benefits. And I think that the benefits are so compelling that they'll make those decisions to join you and enroll on their own. And it's my job to help them along the way and deliver the people that are qualified to do that to you. So with that said, I'm going to come over and check out some of the chats and see if there's any questions that I can answer, unless Ori or Becky would like to chime in.
Daniel, I think I'll let you handle the chats first. There's a couple things I'll chime in after the chats.
Okay, just a moment here.
Daniel, you might check the background on your computer and see if the sound is coming from there.
Okay. Is that better, guys?
Great on my end. Thanks, Daniel.
Can you still hear me okay?
Clear.
I think I had my speakers just up too high. Sorry for that.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks for the suggestion.
You bet.
Okay.
Daniel, we got a couple of questions in the chat. I'll just throw out for you to make it a little easier, if that's all right.
Okay, thanhanks. Yeah, I just now got it loaded.
One question came from Dick. He said, out of 500 lead pack, what would the what do you feel the conversion ratio would be in that 500 pack?
The conversion ratio isn't going to change from pack to pack. The actual percentage that I would like to have people think about is about 3%. I think that we can really achieve that with the tools that are being put in place. Now, of course, in a perfect world, we'll do more, but I think that as a minimum, 3% would be a good baseline.
Here's another one, Daniel. Linda, when can we realistically see BYBB sharing show up in our sharing center?
So I would say that we would be looking at a minimum 10 to 15-day process from the time that we start. So my general thought on it right now is about next week, opening BYBB back up for orders. And then just before the 1st, I'm going to aggregate all of the current prospect orders from our initial launch back in the alpha phase, and then any of the new ones, so that everything is coming in, pardon me, in a timely and fresh manner.
So we have a question from Elizabeth. Her question is, she's already been enrolled with bYoung for a long time. Do they need to subscribe to BYBB?
No, only if you would like to use, I mean, we've got several options. You can use the platform just for your warm market, or if you would like to build your business. And with the new compensation plan, me personally, I can't imagine anybody that wouldn't want to build it, because for every 3 personally sponsored that you're able to get, you get a new matrix position as long as you maintain the required PV. So, you know, I would want to build it regardless of how long or how big I was.
And we have a few questions on the liferestoring.com. I think the question's coming from, you know, you talked about some different funnels, and it might be a new term for some of the people that aren't familiar with what that is.
Sure. Sorry for that. Let me elaborate. LifeRestoring.com is the first funnel. Actually, the second funnel that we built. The first funnel that we put together was bybbApp.com, and that was really tailored for you guys as current sharing partners. LifeRestoring.com is all about total health, and it's a system that's been put in place to educate and share. And so you would want to use the liferestoring.com replicated site when you want to share the products with somebody. Immediately following liferestoring.com, liferewarding.com is going to be available to you, and that's going to be very compensation plan centric. It's going to be all about the money. Where Life Restoring is all about the product, Life Rewarding is all about success. And then, you know, we're also envisioning innocence.com, Masaji, and, you know, some of the other specific things for different kinds of marketing campaigns, as well as marketing assets and tools for you guys.
So we got a question from Karen. What does the free site include? I'm guessing the free subscription to BYBB.
That is the replicated corporate site and one of the funnels. So if we have, you know, 6 funnels available, you would be able to choose from one of the 6.
Seems to be most of the questions there, Daniel. So if you wouldn't mind, if you already answered, just tell me to be quiet, but would you mind maybe elaborating on where exactly these leads come from and how qualified they are before they actually hit the system?
Sure. You know, we did go through that a little bit in the presentation. eDiet.com, everydayhealth.com, some of the other just huge commercial portals, overstock.com, Citibank, some of these other kinds of golf.com, health and wellness related portals. And again, we tailor the portals that we target based off of the campaign that we're running. So if we're out there looking to hook people and earn their interest based off of health and wellness, we're going to go after one particular set of properties. If we're going after people that understand and care about money, we're going to go after places like Wall Street Journal online.
Daniel, I'm going to interrupt you again. We're getting quite a few chat messages saying we are not hearing sound. Multiple entities the sound has gone away.
Do you and Ori hear me okay?
I hear you loud and clear. And obviously others are, because they're still asking questions. But we have 4 or 5 that said no sound at all on my end either. Same situation with others.
If with the people that are having sound issues that can't hear me say this right now, will you put what kind of browser you're using in the chat? Let me type that one.
I'm going to
Thank you, Becky.
Yes.
Karen, you're asking 6 funnels. We don't have a final answer on that. It's going to be several. And based off of the performance of one versus the other, we'll move focus, shift focus, develop new ones. We always want to, have as optimized performance as possible. So it's going to be a never-ending thing. Elma's having a good experience. Excellent. And Diane as well. Excellent. Have I answered all of the questions that have come through chat already? Do I need to scroll through them?
I think
you got them all.
Okay.
Covered them all.
Internet Explorer. So guys, I know that sometimes there's up to a minute or a minute and a half delay on the questions. If you've got any other questions, please put them in. And then if you think of any questions that you didn't think of now, but later on, you can send an email to partner@bybbmarketing.com, and we can add that for the next Q&A webinar, or you could also send that to Q&A. That's the letter Q, the word and the letter A. Yes?
We actually changed that to questions because some were having challenge with that. So
Thank
questions at beyondth.com.
And we'll add those to the lineup of answers that we'll try to have for you guys.
Great.
So Dan, we do have a question that just came in from Karen. She's saying, if the funnels are never ending, can they kind of a la carte and pick which funnels they're more interested in at a given time?
Anytime they'd like, absolutely. And there's also going to be a profile page where we're going to roll up all of your social media with your Beyond Total Health business, and you'll be able to choose which funnels or all funnels that you would like displayed there. So you could tell your warm market or your prospect or friend, hey, come check out my profile page. You can check out Massaging from there. You can check out Innocence from there. If you've got your BYBB subscription set up as such. Kent, are you having problems hearing?
Sounds good on my end.
Kent put in Safari. Does that mean he has a hearing problem?
Oh, yes. Kent did Safari, and we had an Internet Explorer from Sandra.
Or there's a question for you.
Lynn, that's a good question about products out of stock, and the very simple answer on that is the new admin system that Daniel and what he calls his ninjas have been slaving relentlessly over will resolve a lot of those issues. We have some pretty exciting things happening tomorrow that's going to help with some of the inventory issues, and the system is very powerful. The main reason that we have some issues with inventory right now is the current software that we're with is very poor at forecasting, very poor at actually inventory tracking. So a lot of times we find out that the numbers it reports to us are off, and so by the time we're able to find out where we're actually at, we miss the mark sometimes. So the software that Daniel is providing is so extremely powerful. Everything's in real time, so we know by the second what's going on with their inventory. It provides reports that factors in times, manufacturing time, everything. And so really it kind of comes down to if we go out of stock on something, it's simply because we chose to with the new system. So that's something that's really powerful that that we made sure we made a huge focus in the new development of the programming, because it has been such an epidemic in our current situation because of our current software, and other factors such as when a crop in Indonesia or in France fails, we can't bring in certain products. So there's always going to be outstanding circumstances, but as far as us being able to track our inventory, Daniel's done an excellent job at repairing that and making sure that we have the resources we need. So, Daniel, I just want to interject a little bit, if you don't mind, on BYBB, and just to help people realize just how powerful a tool this is. I hope if you guys saw this presentation, or I guess you did see the presentation, I hope you're getting super excited, because there's not too many network marketing companies who go out of their way in the extent that we have to help you be successful. If you look at the compensation plan that Becky has so expertly put together, and how generous it is, and how easy it is for you to start making commission compared to our old one. And our old one was not a bad compensation plan by any means. It was still a fairly good one in the industry, but Becky's just stars. And that's why when she presented it to us, we almost fell out of our seat with excitement, because what we realized is it provides everyone, no matter how long you've been with a network marketing company, the ability to be successful. But now the real power with the BB is you don't have to be the one going around knocking on the doors, chasing your friends down the road, giving them this message of an opportunity. If you have those people, great. But if you're like a lot of people who say, I really want to get involved, I love the product, I'd like to share the message, I don't know how to get started, I don't have the best people skills, I don't present things very good, so I'm never going to be able to make it. BYBB takes that off your plate completely. The real power of this is, if you go off of Daniel's conversion rate is industry standard, 3%, if you get involved with even the lowest end of the build automators, which provides 100 prospects per month to you, that means that each month you're going to have one position in the matrix qualified. 3 people are going to purchase, and if they purchase at the 140, you can earn a position in the matrix and additional positions each month. It really makes it where it's as simple as waking up, turning on your system, and letting it do the job for you. In fact, you don't even have to turn on the system. It'll do it while you're sleeping. So this is such a powerful tool, the BYBB sharing app that Daniel's put together in conjunction with the new back office, with the new replicated sites, with your new sharing center, with the new compensation plan. We're really excited from, on our end, to be able to offer this entire package to you so that you have the best opportunity to be successful, to our two core principles, life rewarding and life restoring. We've been really life restoring focused the last 3-4 years, because that's really what we could offer and push really hard, because we had software limitations. But with Daniel's support and his help, we can focus on both our core principles and bring life rewarding to the amount of conversation as life restoring, because it's just as important in your health to have financial freedom as it is to have the proper products. So from our end, we're super excited for the platform. It is going to be a game changer in the industry, along with everything else that Daniel has developed. So if you guys if you're not doing this already, you should take some time to, a round of applause for Daniel and his team. Thank him on the chat. What he's put together really is going to make your job super easy and allow you to be very successful.
Thanks for that, Ori. I appreciate it. A couple of other questions have come in. I'd like to go back to the one where, I'm sorry, let me scroll back down. From Jennifer, so the summary, BYBB starts next week, and then February 1st is Life Restoring launch, and the free replicated site, and somebody scrolled in on top of me. We'll have any of the... So I am going to replace all of the prospects. So if you were already delivered 120 prospects, you're going to get 120 new ones, plus whatever your subscription includes. I don't want to try to go back and resurrect something that's that old. We will go ahead and fire off all of the campaigns to them, but we are going to replace them. I don't expect it to convert well at all. Online marketing, especially targeted online marketing, is really centered and focused on people who are products of today, and they want instant gratification, and we didn't quite deliver that. So we're going to start over. And I saw a question on the price. There's just a one-time setup fee to get BYBB for free, but that does not include any prospects. That is for you to be able to have access to the system and a funnels that you can go out and utilize with your warm market. Are we tracking on the questions here? It's the same Diane before.
I am tracking. You've answered most of them, Daniel.
Another question that's coming up now is people talking about not getting their emails. That's all changing too. So on the 1st, everything is going to be switched over to a completely new email engine, and we'll see in real time who is and who's not getting emails. And we'll be able to address any of those problems. But the new engine is extremely sophisticated, and I don't anticipate having any of these kinds of problems ongoing whatsoever. Thank you, Linda. And then Ella, is our job to make sure let them know what is happening. Yes, definitely. You got to let your downlines know what's going on. There are some that don't even have telephone numbers in there. So wherever possible, please make sure they're getting emails. Please make sure that they've got all of their information in there. We're going to be doing one final poll to get as much of the information into the new system out of the current system before the 1st. But there's going to be a cutoff date, and if they don't have their particular information in there, it's not going to come over, and they'll need to register the new account and complete the profile of the account on the new system.
Just to clarify on that a little bit, Daniel, we don't want people thinking that they're going to go away.
Oh, sorry, no.
They will absolutely still be there, but if we don't have current contact information, we have numerous emails that have bounced. Maybe they were entered in wrong. We have several that we have discovered just today that have somehow clicked the unsubscribe button. We literally can't even put them back in the system unless we delete them out and put them in by hand. And we will be glad to do that, or people can go in and resubscribe. Regardless, there are multiple reasons why people are not getting emails, not to mention there is a bug with the system that we have absolutely no control over changing or fixing. We can't even quarantine it. And so we are doing absolutely the best with the current situation we have. That will all change as we launch this new program, because Daniel's done an amazing job with every aspect of everything we have. And we will have a clean and crisp system that we have control over, and we can make sure that we are communicating to everyone who has provided us with communication information that's accurate and keeps it up to date. So part of it falls back on each and every one of you. And so we are asking, we're actually pleading, we don't want to leave anyone out of knowing about where byBYOUNG is heading and what we are doing. So yes, please communicate. Everyone you know who is connected to this company, let them know what's going on. Have them check their back office if they haven't gotten emails. We're trying to post things there very frequently, and there's numerous communications that many will only see by checking their back office until we get our new system. So your cooperation would be greatly appreciated.
So Dan, I had a few more questions come in real quick. I don't know if you saw those. I have real quick one from Jennifer. I think you already answered it, but if you wouldn't mind just restating, she says, do you know how much lead time will be between the BYBB engine being turned on and the new comp plan going live?
They're going to be the same. So just a few days before the 1st, we'll go ahead and turn the build automators back on to be available for subscription. And then literally like 2 or 3 days before the 1st, we're going to go ahead and contact our primary vendor and order every prospect that we need, no matter how many of them there are for the new orders, including all of the previous prospect replacement orders as well.
And then Karen had a question here.
Asking where do we subscribe? They're not on right now, guys. You cannot buy them. The service is still suspended, but it will be available soon. So as everybody is registered on the BYBB system to join this webinar, we will be sending you a follow-up email letting you know. In the meantime, if you have, if you would like to see, I believe I can share this with you here. Just a moment. So now all of you should have a new tab opening up on your computer that's going to be loading the BYBB sharing build automator page, and that'll give you a top line overview of the differences between the automators.
Not seeing that page yet, Daniel.
No redirecting happening? So you can go to bybbSHARING.com, or I guess I could even share out here. One moment, let me pull it out. Pull it up. And so now this is the BYBB Sharing Build Automator category page, and this is not final pricing. This still has some phase, alpha phase, and some other things in there that's not exactly current, but it will be in the next couple of days. So as we're going through and we're redoing the stats page, for those of you that are familiar with our system, we had a live stat page here showing everything, and we're now moving the BYBB sharing system out to the Microsoft Azure cloud. So that requires some refactoring in order to have all of those live data panels functioning, which is being done right now. And so we're actually waiting until we move that over to Azure, which is going to take place tomorrow. It'll take about a day and a half, I guess, for it to be perfect across the world. And then we're going to clean up and polish all of the content and send out the email to turn the buttons back on so that you can actually order them and let everybody know. Does that cover the questions, guys?
I believe so. There are a few that have questions on if they've previously subscribed, and I think how we'll address that, Daniel, is we'll just fashion an email, and anyone that subscribed previously that's been on hold, we'll just let them know what's going to happen in the next few weeks, okay?
Absolutely, and we're actually going to be sending out a specific email for each one of our partners' accounts, because not everybody joined at the same time, not everybody had the timing for the same bonuses and things like that. So we're going to be, and maybe not everybody wants to continue. So before we turn anything back on and charge anybody a nickel, we're going to touch base with that customer base on an individual basis. So subscription will have on it. That's right, Linda. So one of the differences now that we're not talking alpha phase and things like that is that we do have the free system with the one-time setup fee, but the regular system pricing will also, the regular platform will also have to be subscribed to have a build automator going forward. And so everybody that's already subscribed with us is going to continue to have the 1 cent a month charge to keep the subscription active until 100% of the prospects are delivered. I think that's the only way to make it fair. Any new subscriptions are going to have to pay the typical setup fee and monthly fees. But for those alpha customers that were in there literally going through the trenches with us, we're going to do everything we can to take care of you guys. But I think I've answered the questions here. I welcome anybody to put any more questions in while we're here. I do have another 15 minutes allocated. Karen's got a question on what does it cost to include prospects that are secured. I believe you're talking about your warm market, Karen, or are you asking about the prospects that we go out and get for you? If you're asking about the prospects that we go out and get for you, the Build Automator 100 is $199.95 a month, and then the 250 is $350-ish, and the 500 is $849. But if you're using your warm market, if you have the free system, you're allowed to bring in up to 200 warm market prospects. If you subscribe to the platform for the platform fee, it's unlimited.
Daniel, I know on your Sharing Center presentation, there's some people had some questions about the webinar feature, and we told them we'd address it in this webinar. Could you maybe just expound on that while we're here?
So the idea behind this is once this is complete, I'm still sharing out here, good. So as you guys are on this webinar participating with us, you'll be able to create your own webinar and share that out to your prospects. And we'll have a milestone filter for when the prospects are able to be invited to a personal webinar. So literally that's why we have my webinars here, because it's always been the plan. So right now what we have feeding into the my webinar section are the BYBB webinars and the BYTH webinars. But soon you'll be able to do your own webinars, and you'll have an event page that has your webinar listing there that you'll be able to share with your warm market, albeit through the communication tools in your dashboard, even connected out to Facebook and Twitter. So imagine this is the view that you would see with like an add new button here. And then you would be able to create the particulars. You'll say, is this a public presentation or is this a private presentation? If you mark it as a public presentation, we're going to roll that up into an event calendar for all of BYBB. So the idea there is if somebody is doing a presentation in Spanish, you could label it as much, and then if anybody has any Spanish-speaking prospects, for example, they could go visit your webinar. Everybody could, work together, or not. You could do it yourself and just keep it to your group. But we want to give you the tools to be able to collaborate and, work as a community to really share the message. Are we able to do this by email or phone? I'm sorry, what are we referring to, Julie? Break down the pricing. I mean, I don't care to sit here and go through these line by line, but the bigger packages are originally envisioned to include different levels of training as well, and team management tools, which again, that's why I tried to say that that's not quite ready yet. I'm redoing all of that as we speak, literally. So once the packages, the new definition of the packages and the system fees and all of those are uploaded, I'm going to be sending out an update email to everybody that's registered to BYBB, and we'll have BYBB-centric webinars as well, where we can talk about BYBB all night long. The biggest difference in the price, though, just for everybody's information, is the number of prospects that we guarantee to deliver.
Daniel, since we still have a few minutes, and I'm going to be very careful how I present this, are you prepared to present the 6 ways to earn that we have talked about? It's right.
You're wanting to give them a sneak peek at stuff, Becky.
Yes, I am. But if it's right in line with our target marketing, and it's a powerful tool for the life rewarding side of things, and those of you who are on the webinar tonight might get a sneak peek if Daniel's going to be really.
Daniel, if it's not ready on the site, we could maybe just show it on that PowerPoint to put together for just the developers to look at if we wanted to.
No.
Okay. Well, you heard it from the man. He said no.
I'm sorry.
So,
I don't want to show a static version of it, and the dynamic version isn't quite cool enough. Just to be perfectly honest with you guys.
Well,
It should be
possibly
going tomorrow. But the other issue with that is that the cool version of it actually lives on the new Be Young Total Health website that I'm not showing anybody yet.
Okay, very good. So,
But if you insist, Dory, it is your company, I will pull up the PowerPoint and show it to them.
hey, this is your webinar, so
So how about
your
no?
call.
Okay.
let's just,
Can we talk about it? Can I just let everybody know that what we've built? We actually started a meeting, Ori, Becky, and I don't know, 2 weeks ago now,
yes.
and we were on a completely different topic, and somehow we got on to tools, and what we ended up doing is in about a 5.5-hour session, we invented a widget that nobody's got. No MLM company has it, and it's so slick. So I'll give it to you guys in a nutshell. In the new compensation plan, there are 6 ways to earn, and what we've done is we've wrapped the 6 various ways to earn around a huge Be Young Total Health Y logo, and when you click on each of the ways, it actually pulls up all of the data, your compensation, your commissions, your volumes, group volumes, ranks, as you go through each of the 6 ways, and it pulls it up default with the power of 3, because once you've got 3 and you help them get 3 and they help them get 3, it's very powerful. So it all defaults with the power of 3. However, when we're done with this, you'll be able to plug in your own simple information. For example, if you know that you're going, or you want to see what happens when you personally enroll 100 ISPs, you can just type in 100 sharing partners, and it does all the calculations for you in the unit level. And then you can move over to the matrix side and plug in what you would like to see on the matrix. And then you can go over to the quick start bonus and put in some volumes and amounts. And what it will do is, as you're going through this, it's going to total up each one of the different ways to earn and show you a roll-up total of your monthly earnings, so your earning potential. And it's live, and it's real time, and it's dynamic based off of your input using the power of 3 as a foundation. And again, I haven't seen anything like it anywhere, and not only is it extremely functional and powerful, it's beautiful. And I would love to show it to you guys, but I would like to show it to you when it's just a little bit more beautiful than it is right now.
Yeah. Dan, if you don't mind, I'll just expound a little bit, not necessarily on how the function, but it was a very interesting conversation, to say the least. I don't know how we got on it, to tell you the truth, but it was very much needed. We started talking about the compensation portion of the website and how we wanted that to lay out. And I don't know about anyone else that's educated a lot of other network marketing companies. I always kind of just keep an eye on all the different ones just to see what they're doing and how they're presenting things. And the thing that is the most frustrating to me is none of them really make it very easy to understand their compensation plan in a page view. It's very hard to understand. You have to almost be a doctor and dissect everything to see it. And so the 5.5-hour conversation was basically, we don't want a whole lot of text. We don't want to make this a novel to read, but we need to be able to have people understand how this compensation plan works. So we went from trying to figure out how to write it in a text format to present it in charts and graphs to say, hey, the best way to learn is just let people do it. Give them a real-time tool that shows them how everything calculates. So, the real power to this is someone who's just getting started could, like Daniel said, come in and say, okay, if I follow just your power of 3 and I do what the power of 3 says, what will that look like for me? And they know exactly what they would earn. Theoretically, assuming everyone does what the program's saying to do, then you can see exactly what you'd earn. And the real power to this too is that because everything's done in real time, we can actually show you on that widget what your gem pool bonuses would look like, because we know exactly what the company volume is going to be at any given second. So you can go in and calculate and say, I want to be a Ruby, and if I'm a Ruby, what will that look like? And you can know from second to second what that gem pool bonus is going to look like when you hit that Ruby pool bonus, and all the bonuses in between. Because not only is it going to know the company volume, but it's going to know in real time all the gem rankings. So you're going to see how many people you're going to be sharing that piece of the pie with, and what your commission would be in each gem ranking that you pass through, and see what your grand total is. So it's a super powerful.
To interrupt you, that kind of reminded me of where I think it came from, is where we're talking about compliance and the IDS, and how we're going to have the live IDS in the sharing center. And then we said, oh, well, it could look like this. Well, we could do that. Oh, we could, and man, it just took off from there. I mean, it was so perfect that by the time we were through with the framework of the concept, Dana actually walked in and was able to contribute his input too. So it's got the brain power of all of us, and it's pretty slick. I think you guys will love it.
Yeah.
It will be a very powerful tool, and when you use that with your target marketing concept, just imagine taking someone to the website and say, this is how our compensation plan works. Sit down with them in a matter of minutes and show them through some of the criteria that they present to you what their potential is. And you don't have to spend hours giving a compensation plan presentation. It's done right there in live time, real time, right before their eyes, and it will be powerful. It will change the way every other company looks at what they're doing, I guarantee it.
So you can send them the link, your username .byoungth.com/opportunity, and it'll load that page with that live calculator right there after the first.
On your specific replicated site, so if they sign up, they're connected right to you from that page.
Exactly, and as it goes through the various ways, we're looking to put buttons in to entice them to enroll, of course, which would be enroll directly underneath you using your link. So we think it's going to be very powerful, and as Becky said, instead of trying to spend 45 minutes to explain the compensation plan, you can spend 4 to 5 minutes.
Right.
And one other thing on this, the other powerful thing is, for any of you that may have people who are involved in other network marketing programs, it'd be very easy for them to just take the information from their program, plug that data into here, and see what type of difference byyoung would pay them versus the company they're with right now. So it gives you a really powerful tool, for other companies that people are in, that they just need a little bit of a push to see the advantage to come over here. You can take their existing compensation data, plug it right in, and let them see the numbers in real time.
Very exciting. Nobody's doing it. And the fact that we're calling the real-time value of the company volume, so when they get to the Diamond Elite way, for example, they'll see what they would make if they were Diamond Elite right now. Real time, based off of real company volume. Maybe enough on that. Is there any other questions? I see a lot of good feedback. Thanks, guys. We've really worked hard for you, and very excited to turn it over to you guys on first.
I'm going to add to that a comment. In my career, I've worked with a lot of programmers, and real often I can throw a concept at them, and they'll say, that's going to be tricky. I throw something at Daniel, and he says, sure, we could do that. And then he goes to work and figures out a way. I don't think anyone can even begin to appreciate the value of the team that has been put together on your behalf for byyoung, and the entire concept that has merged together. And as we unfold all that we're doing and launch all of these new systems, you are going to be so empowered to succeed and to thrive in this industry unlike any other way before. And we feel so honored to share this with you. We're grateful for Daniel and his team and their desire to go above and beyond what's ever been done in putting our systems together. It's been a very hard, because we are all working very hard, but exciting journey, and we are so anxious for February 1.
To give you guys an idea, sorry to interrupt you, Becky, but to give you guys an idea, I've got my developers saying, I think we're going to quit and just join Be Young. I mean, they see that. I mean, when we're coding up the compensation plan that truly has no breakage. Breakage is designed out of it from the ground up, and you know they understand network marketing. They understand compensation plan. Of course, I really hope they were half joking, but that's how cool it is. Thank you, guys. And Becky, thank you for that.
Thank you for all you're doing, Daniel. And Ori, it's a great team. We've done some fun things.
The synergy is awesome.
Yes.
It's great. And you know, the core values are aligned, and the right people, the right place, the right product, the right systems. It can't get any better. So with that said, I don't see any other questions coming in, and we just have passed the 1 hour mark. I do like to be respectful of everybody's time, so I would like to one more time just thank you everybody for coming, and Ori and Becky for your continued support. It's always appreciated. If you've got any closing comments, please go ahead, Becky and Ori.
Thank you for an excellent presentation, Daniel. We so appreciate it.
Very welcome. My pleasure.
My only comments is get ready on. It's going to be an awesome year this year.
Indeed. And let your downlines know that this webinar is going to be available for replay in just a few minutes as soon as YouTube finishes rendering it. And share it. Let people know because it's coming, and it's coming big. Thank you again, and we'll see you guys on the next one.